Welcome back, learners! In this video, we are going to solve for derivatives of natural logarithmic functions. We will find the derivatives of y with respect to x of the following functions. Number 1, y is equal to 5 ln x. Number 2, y is equal to 6 e raised to 3x minus 7 ln x. Number 3, y is equal to ln x over 4x cubed. Number 4, y is equal to ln 15x. Number 5, y is equal to ln x cubed plus e raised to x. And number 6, y is equal to ln 4x plus 7 over x squared. Let us take note of the rule for finding the derivatives of natural logarithm. If we have y is equal to ln g of x, then our y prime or our derivative of y with respect to x is equal to 1 over g of x multiplied by the derivative of g of x. Or we can say that it is equal to g prime of x over g of x. So if we have just y is equal to ln x, it is good to remember that y prime or our derivative of y with respect to x is just equal to 1 over x because the derivative of x is just a 1. So for our first example, we have y prime or our derivative of y with respect to x is equal to 5, and the derivative of ln x, as mentioned earlier, is 1 over x. Therefore, if we simplify this, we get 5 over x as our final answer. For number 2, let us remember that the derivative of natural exponential function e raised to g of x is equal to e raised to g of x multiplied by the derivative of g of x. So let's do this. Number 2, we have y prime or the derivative of y with respect to x is equal to 6 e raised to 3x, and we multiply this by the derivative of 3x, which is 3. Then minus 7, and the derivative of ln x again is 1 over x. Then simplifying this, we get 6 multiplied by 3, that's 18. So we have 18 e raised to 3x minus 7 over x. And that's it for this example. For this example, let us remember the quotient rule because we have a quotient of ln x and 4x cubed here. So if we have y is equal to the quotient of f of x and g of x, then its derivative is equal to the derivative of f of x multiplied by g of x minus f of x multiplied by the derivative of g of x all over the g of x squared. So here we have the derivative of y with respect to x is equal to, we'll get the derivative of ln x. Let's do this step by step. Multiplied by g of x here, which is 4x cubed, minus ln x multiplied by the derivative of our 4x cubed all over 4x cubed squared. And then simplifying, so we have the derivative of ln x, which is 1 over x. Then we have 4x cubed, then minus ln x, and then the derivative of 4x cubed is 12x squared. And if we square 4x cubed here, we get 16x raised to 6. Then, simplifying further, we get, for 1 over x by 4x cubed, we have, x will be cancelled, so we'll just have 4x squared, right? And then here we have minus ln x multiplied by 12x squared. all over 16x raised to 6. And we can simplify this further. If we look at these two terms in the numerator, there is actually a common factor, right? We can factor out, what can we factor out? A 4x squared. So what will be left inside? So 4x squared divided by 4x squared is just a 1. And then we'll have 12x squared by 4x squared is just a 3. So that's 3 ln x all over 16x raised to 6. And now we can cancel 4x squared. So what will be left? We will only have in the denominator 4x raised to 4, right? So finally, our final answer will be 1 minus 3 ln x all over 4x raised to 4. So that's it for our third example. Now for our fourth example, the derivative of y. Let's use a different color. The derivative of y with respect to x is equal to, so this format again, let us have a recap. If our y is ln g of x, then the derivative is 1 over g of x multiplied by the derivative of g of x. Or again, g prime of x over g of x. So for this, we have the derivative of 15x. 15x is our g of x here. So the derivative of 15x is 15. And then over the g of x itself, which is 15x. Therefore, if we simplify this, we can cancel 15, right? So the final answer will be just 1 over x. Okay, for this number 5 here, we have the derivative of y with respect to x is equal to, so our g of x here is x cubed plus e raised to x. Let's get its derivative. So for x cubed, we have 3x squared. And for e raised to x is still e raised to x. All over our g of x itself, which is x cubed plus e raised to x. And that actually is our final answer for this item. And now we're down to our last example for this video. So as you can see, we have an ln of a quotient. So bear in mind that in a while we will be using the quotient rule of derivatives. So we have dy over dx is equal to, so our rule for natural logarithmic function will get the derivative of the g of x here, which is 4x plus 7 over x squared over, let's just use a different color, over the g of x itself, which is 4x plus 7 over x squared. And then simplifying this further, we now process this derivative of a quotient. So we have 4x plus 7 as our numerator, x squared our denominator. So 4x plus 7, derivative of that, multiplied by x squared, and then minus 4x plus 7 multiplied by the derivative of x squared, all over the square of the denominator, so x squared squared. And our 4x plus 7 over x squared here. Then simplifying further, we have, let's just do the process here. Let me write first our denominator, 4x plus 7 over x squared. So 4x plus 7, derivative of that. So it's just a 4x, or 4 only, right? So just a 4, and then we have our x squared. Then minus 4x plus 7. Now the derivative of x squared is a 2x. And then everything over x squared, that is x raised to 4. And then simplifying further, we have, just clean this up. So let's write this first, 4x plus 7 over x squared. So we have 4x squared is 4x squared. And then minus, so on this part, we are going to distribute or multiply. Yan, take note of the minus sign here. So we'll have minus 8x squared. And then we have negative 14x. Yan, all over x raised to 4. And then, simplifying this further, we will use the next frame. Okay, we have equal. So, as you can see, the top of this, we can combine like terms, the x squared terms. So, we have negative 4x squared minus 14x over x raised to 4. Again, over the 4x plus 7 over x squared. And when we divide a fraction by a fraction, we can actually reformat this, right? So we can just write this as negative 4x squared minus 14x over x raised to 4 and change this division into multiplication by the reciprocal of this one in dark blue. So reciprocal is x squared over 4x plus 7. And as you can see, there are things that we can cancel. Like here, there's only x squared. And then we can actually write this as, we can factor out an x. So it will be x and then negative 4x and a minus 14. Right? So why did we factor out that x there? So that we can also cancel the x and then x here, and we're only left with an x. And then what's the clean version of this? So on top we only have negative 4x minus 14, and below we have x multiplied by 4x plus 7. And simplifying this further, we have negative 4x minus 14. And if we distribute or multiply x here, then we have 4x squared plus 7x. So that's it. Or if you want to put the negative at the middle, then we'll have negative 4x plus 14 over 4x squared plus 7x. Then that is our final answer for this example number 6. So learners, what would you like to learn next? Comment below.